Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have a Huawei P30 Pro with a glitchy display and a very cracked back cover, and we're gonna fix it today. Let's go. So before we go into the disassembly and opening up this device, we're gonna prep it. Since we're gonna reuse the back cover on this one, we are gonna try to maintain its form and rigidity by taping it down, especially on the cracked corners and sides. But if you're gonna attempt the same repair, make sure you have eyewear protection, because some shards of glass, tiny shards of glass, can go flung into the air and might reach your eyes, and that's not gonna be good. David here has dealt a lot of these cases before, so proper precautions is needed. So this is the new replacement display with the battery already attached. Pretty nice. The very curious case of this device is that we have this brand new display and brand new battery, so we're gonna replace both. But we don't have the back cover on it, which is a shame. But we're still going to reuse it. It's not really going to affect the performance or the usability of the smartphone once it's all fixed up. Now we're going to go to the trickiest part, I guess, of this repair. We're going to remove the broken, cracked display with the intention of reusing it later on. This is kind of a very weird situation wherein you want to do it right, or else you're gonna destroy the already destroyed back cover. And you can see that the display is also glitching at the back there. It's kind of really bad if you have like sensitivity to flashing lights. You really have to seek professional help to address this issue, because it's gonna cause some problems when you're driving or going about your daily life. We're going to remove the components from the housing, and since we're going to replace the battery as well, we're just going to watch how David is going through this. We're going to remove the flex cables and the daughter board and the main board. As long as you're not replacing the main board, it's not really going to be an issue. Some smartphones tend to have problems when you replace the display. This Huawei P30 Pro in particular doesn't really have any issues. Once you retain the motherboard and just the motherboard with the SoC and the memory, you're not going to be having any issues. All your files and data will still be there. But this is going to be a tricky one. We have Huawei repair services offered here in the shop, and it's not always a straightforward process compared to like Samsung or iPhones. The parts tend to be disassembled in many parts, so you have to track them. Just like this one, we already see pieces of the smartphone all over the table. So if you're a novice and you want to attempt repairing your own Huawei P30 Pro, then you might want to gain more experience in repairing other simpler smartphones before you tackle this one. And David is already installing the motherboard to the new display. And there's a lot of components that we're going to reuse from the old device. We're going to install them. This is kind of a very easy process, but there's a lot of problems, especially this one. This is your charging port, so David has cleaned it up. It's a separate repair in itself. We also offer them in the shop, but this one, David is just gonna refurbish this P30 Pro and bring it back to working condition. We're gonna route the antenna cables through the sides. There's some channels on the sides, which is really an old way of doing it. Some smartphones, mid-range smartphones, have those cables, but modern flagship from Samsung and Apple don't have the cables for those antennas. We're gonna close it up. I think we are almost done here. We're just gonna secure it. So if you want your P30 Pro, get a new display, or you want to have a new battery for your Huawei P30 Pro, you can message us here in the shop. David is an expert, not only for Samsung or iPhones, but also for Huawei smartphones and other Chinese branded smartphones. You can see there all the components that we have removed from the old display are all back together, and you can see that it's now working. We're just gonna test the touchscreen, the charging port that we have cleaned up. And mind you that some of our testing will not be shown here in the camera, since it will not be protecting the privacy of the client. Some clients tend to leave off the wallpapers not shown in the video, so we're just gonna keep that from showing up. Some functionalities will not work without the SIM card apparently, so David has installed the SIM card back. And we're gonna continue with the final reassembly. All the screws will be put into their places, and we're gonna reuse that broken back cover. If you have a broken back cover, just a tech tip, just get skin or a phone case. That's not gonna be an issue. You're not gonna be seeing that. That's David. You're not gonna be seeing the cracks up until you peel off the phone case or replace it with a new one. This one doesn't look good, but at least the smartphone is now fully functional. Look at that. All the buttons are working, and I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe our page, Facebook and YouTube channels. And we'll see you again next time. Take care of yourself. Cheers!
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.